Hello. Wow, 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 wow. I know that originally, let me just make sure everything looks good. I did all that before I came on camera, but I just want to make sure that you can hear me well. I want to make sure that you know that I'm doing this live and I'm using an awesome application called StreamYard, which allows me to highlight your comments and showcase any questions and things that you may have. Right now, we are currently about to jump into Plan with MGG quarter 3. Over the last couple of quarters, we've done these Plan with MGG sessions, which are basically our ways of showing you the power of goal setting and accountability. So as we build our empire, we want to bring you along with us so that, you can say that you knew us when, because I don't want anybody to say that we weren't for the people. We will always be for the people. So now that I've gotten that out of the way, I'm going to pull up this presentation and get started. All right, let's see here. I don't think I pulled it up. That's why it should be. Okay. Y'all, here we go. I'm just going to present here. Boom. All right. Cool. So got this presentation up. I'm going to truncate me down in this little corner here while I go through the presentation, and let me know if you have any questions. If you happen to want to chat about, planning with how we plan and how we journal, talk a little bit about your experience, feel free. But we're going to go ahead and get started because, it's a good time. So first things first, if you are looking to as to why you're here or what's going on, this is our Plan with MGG. This is our quarter 3 planning session. Right now, our goal is to make sure that we can get a good guide for you all to learn how to goal set, for you all to learn how to plan, and to also see exactly, how we built this thing. So I just want to go ahead and give you a little bit of an overview of what you can expect for tonight's presentation. We're going to talk about what is Plan with MGG, why journaling is important, journaling for success, steps to get started, some of our tips and tools, and then we're going to wrap up with a quick closing. So, why Plan with MGG? We want you to be excellent. Plan with MGG, or Plan with Madam Greengrow, is a series of live interactive workshops around planning, goal setting, and mindset mastery. We believe in the power of goal set accountability and manifestation. And while we build our empire, we want to show you how we've done it because, we always say representation matters. When you stumble or forget, write through it. Leave your worries on paper and come back when you're ready. So one of the things that we want you all to get an idea of when you think about, journaling, when you think about doing mindset work, this is it, right? This is what mindset work looks like. So if it seems a little bit like you can't quite get where you need to be, you can always, come back to where you're supposed to be. So let me get back to my screen. I also just want to check and make sure that you all don't have any questions here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and keep moving. All right, so if somehow you stumbled upon this presentation, a friend told you about who we are, how we got started, let me go ahead and give you the real deal. We are Madam Greengrow. I'm one half of Madam Greengrow, but more about me to come later. Madam Greengrow is a space for women of color in cannabis. We got started in 2016, but we have been really ramping up over the last 18 to 24 months. So just to give you an idea of some of the things and properties that we have, we've got the Garden Club, which is our community group. It's our space where we talk about cannabis. It's our space where we talk about experiences with cannabis and how to actually get into the industry. We've got a few other things that we do, like our MGG Lives happen there, our live weekly show. We also have trainings and in different ways that we kind of connect with our audience. So if you're a woman of color and you're looking for a space to talk about cannabis in a safe environment, go ahead and click our bio on Instagram, look for a link on Facebook, or check out our website. We have a bi-weekly, which should actually say bi-monthly newsletter, working to get that on a weekly basis, but too many tentacles out in all of these places. And of course, we have a vibrant social media community that involves Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So who am I? Shucks, who am I? And this is one of the reasons why you will see me a lot, because I am Keisha. I am the CCO, which is also known as the Chief Community Officer and co-founder of Madam Green Grow. And just to kind of talk about mindset mastery and journaling and planning, one of the things that I learned while building not only the work that we do with Madam Green Grow, the other ventures that I have in the cannabis industry and outside of the cannabis industry, I learned that without a routine, without a plan, and without goals, you're just kind of left out in the wing. So I always like to start off with a book recommendation because I'm a big bibliophile. And I actually have it listed here, what I'm currently reading, but I'll show you a copy of it. Currently, I'm reading The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. I wrote Successful People because I think that successful and effective go hand in hand. And of course, I had success on the brain, but I recommend that if you want to get started on your mindset journey, on your self-development, on getting, just control of your goals, start here. So once again, you are here playing with MGG Q3 journaling for success. So today we'll be talking about journaling for success. Let me pull my window up here. Perfect. We'll be talking about journaling for success, which goes along with the mindset and manifestation themes around growth that we have as an organization this year. So if you are interested in learning more about mindset and manifestation, just know that we will be talking about it more as the months go along. There we go. Okay, so just to get started, you can't talk about mastery without talking about intention. So what is intention? A lot of people talk about intention, but really, what is intention? So intention is the mental state that represents a commitment to carrying it out in action or actions in the future, right? So basically, breaking that down, intention is that process that you have that lets you know that, hey, you know what? I like this book. I am going to intently read this book and finish this book. That is an intention, right? You love something, you want to invest your time in something. Why is it important? Moving to the next piece, intention allows us to place importance on a dream or a goal. So it just going back to what is intention? Intention is a state of being. Why is it important? It allows you to place importance on a dream or a goal. So thinking of Q3, as we move through this workshop, what is your intention for Q3? Starts September 1st, if anybody was wondering. It's a 90-day period, September, October, and November. I'm missing something here. Sorry, I'm off. We're in June. Sorry, Q3 starts in July. I have to change that slide. But once again, what's your intention for Q3, right? What exactly do you want to think about? And September 1st will come in. It will make sense in a few. I see why I put that there. But like I said, Q3, as you go through this workshop, what exactly do you want to accomplish, or what do you want to build for yourself? And this is why Q3 made sense for why that September 1st piece made sense for me. So in order to set a goal, typically people say it takes 21 days, it takes 28 days, it takes 90 days. I'm testing out a theory with Madam Green Grow for a project that we're putting on. For 90 days, there's one particular goal that we'll be working on. 90, give or take, plus or minus a day is 13 weeks. So been reading a lot about planning and how I'm going to come back on screen and how that relates to the work that you put in, or the steps that make your dream become a reality. And so a lot of people will put a number towards how many days or how much time you should be doing. But if you follow along over the next 13 weeks, we'll be tracking a goal that we'll set here in this workshop, just to kind of make our intentions known. So why 13 weeks? So I'm sure someone out there said, but Keisha, I mean, 21 days, 28 days, why you got to stick to 13 weeks? So typically 13 weeks, like I mentioned in the last slide, is about 90 to 91 days, right? You're pushing yourself beyond what people say 20 to 28 days could typically be, right? With a long-term goal, you have a lot more time and space to do the things that you want. It helps with focus. Setting yourself up for success, you need focus. So decreasing the distractions and staying the course. One of the things that I noticed when I set very short-term goals, so over 2 weeks, if they don't align with a larger goal, which is what we're going to get into later, I lose focus. So 13 weeks is a great amount of time. It's the about a quarter of the year that you can get some real time into setting a goal. Why 13 weeks is intentional, right? So I could say 21 days, I could say 28 days, but if I don't have a reason for it, like going back to the first one, having a long-term goal allows me to increase my focus. Being intentional about that goal means that I'm placing the goal in front of me at all times, so that everything that I do, every task that I do, is moving towards that goal, which brings that back into focus. Does that make sense to you all? I hope it does. The last thing is the 13 weeks puts that pressure on me. So sometimes, and it may just be me, sometimes having a little bit of pressure to accomplish a task or a goal, just like a runner who is, 30 seconds from the finish line, or I was a former swimmer, a competitive swimmer, finishing that last lap in a heat that, could make or break where you place. You need that pressure, right? And not procrastination. There's a difference between pressure and procrastination. So when you think about pressure, you think about something that isn't necessarily hurting you per se. It's something that you can withstand. So I want to make sure I came on camera when I talk about pressure. When you think about pressure, think about yoga. Think about doing downward facing dog for a really long time, right? It's not painful, but it may put pressure on your wrist. It may put pressure on your lower back, but it's not painful. So easing up off the pressure doesn't necessarily take you away from completing that act of downward dog, but it allows you to know where exactly you have a stop point and where you can continue without injury. Pressure. Always go for the pressure. So let's talk about journaling, because that's why we're here. We're here to talk about journaling for success. We're 16 minutes into this session, and I hope that you all are getting some really good tools and tips to get you through planning for your quarter three. I'm going to get it there. I'm going to get on camera for these next couple of slides. So journaling, it's not just for kitty diaries, right? Do you remember having a journal? Most people who typically are who keep up with journaling in their adulthood journaled growing up. Not necessarily do you finish the journal, but wrote in a diary. So if you were a child writing in a diary, a teenager writing your love letters, in high school, writing in your burn book, whatever it was, it continued throughout your life. So that's something that comes easy to you. I typically find people who did not do those actions when they were younger find it hard to write down their thoughts and feelings now. But at the end of the day, we all have to write something, right? So right now, no pun intended, I'm going to talk about how you can write through it to success. So the 4 pieces is repetition, expand your affirmations, get free, and be grateful. Not in that particular order, but those are the 4 things that can help you write through it to success. like I said, journaling for success. There are three ways that we kind of want you to think about getting started and moving forward with journaling for success, right? So the first one is set the environment. Light a candle, just like if you were going on a date. I'm not saying, put on your best perfume or I'm saying get you a nice cup of tea, light you a nice scented candle, get into the mindset of success. If you gotta meditate, use guided meditation if you need to. Breathe through that and prepare yourself for the session that you're about to have. Just like you prepare yourself for a session, Have a time limit. Okay, just playing. There are no time limits. But if you are one of those routine people who need time, who need a schedule, I suggest between 15 and 30 minutes. Grab a good playlist. I recommend Smoke Break, which is a woman of color and cannabis brand, and just start. That's all you need. Now, if you're in the group of, sis, I ain't journaled, I'm not here for any of that, I'm going to need some help. Well, guess what? I'm here. I'm here to help you. Here are some journaling prompts that can help you as you plan for success. Thinking, still, mindset, and manifestation. Here we go again. Just what you saw in the beginning. Just start. How are you starting? Be grateful. So as you sit down and you write in your lined paper, as I'm looking around for a journal, here we go. I keeps the journal around me, but as you pull up your lined paper, you listen to your great playlists, you're taking it all in, got a good pen, you have a good pen. If I want to be constructive, I typically write in a Pentel Energel. Needle tip, 0.5. Big on pens. I like to write in print. I think that typically helps me. I also like that when I do needle print, it's thin enough for me to be able to map out and plan out the things I want to do. But back to getting started, being grateful. So when you're sitting down and you're thinking about that promotion, that promotion that you want, or that product that you want to create, you think about how great the products are in your life right now, right? You think about how good that shampoo that you bought that was created by a sister. You think about that, right? So you write that down. Like I'm so grateful that I'm using a shampoo that can help me have my hair have long-lasting moisture and shine, so that I'm able to take on the day with creating this product. And then you just keep going and you just keep writing. Just write. Now remember, you got your music going, you got your candle going, everything is going. And then at the end of the day, I want you to remember, be honest, right? Even if you're being grateful, be very honest about what you're grateful for. If you're grateful for the sandwich that you had this morning, or if you're grateful for the fact that you can protest through your phone, write about it. Remember, write through it. Get free, right? So another prompt that I love to use is visualization, right? I always talk about my big hairy ass goals, right? BHAGs. So when you're thinking about what you want to manifest or what you want to come into your life, excuse me, start thinking about what you want your business to be, what you want your dreams to bring to you, and just write that out. I know that in 3 to 5 years, let's pull out the journal, right? I know in 3 to 5 years, I can start by saying, I know in 3 to 5 years that I am going to become the subject matter expert in the Maryland cannabis industry who is called upon to help patients get the quality medicine that they need, right? And then from there, that continues to spiral. What does the patient look like? What are they wearing? What am I wearing? What is around me? How am I feeling in the moment? What did I eat for breakfast that morning? You'd be amazed that if you keep asking yourself and you will continue to flow through that writing. I promise you. So I talk a lot about, visualization and moving through and thinking about the future. Now, a lot of folks have talked about affirmations, and I think affirmations are wonderful. They're wonderful tools to push you towards your dreams and your goals. I, for one, have an affirmation for every hour that I am working, typically looking at my phone from 9 to 7, so to speak. But I learned that if affirmations don't, they just don't hold much weight, right? So I wanted to take it above and beyond just a typical affirmation, right? I like calling my affirmations and turning them into power statements. So expanding them a little bit from exactly what they have. So I've got 3 examples of affirmations that I speak on typically every day, right? So the first one is a power statement. I'm so happy and grateful that I have the tools to earn $5,000 a month, right? Now, this particular affirmation or this particular power statement transformed from I want to earn $5,000 a month, right? So you see where that kind of I want to earn $5,000 a month to I am so happy and grateful that I have the tools to earn $5,000 this month. So I'm telling you, I'm giving you the feeling behind what this $5,000 a month will bring to my life and that I'm already possessing everything that needs to accomplish that, right? Typically when your self-esteem gets hit, it's because you haven't already thought about what you have inside of you, right? We typically all have the tools to do exactly what we want to do. But I don't know, society tells us differently, the internet tells us differently. Unplug when you get a chance, unplug. But that's how you turn an affirmation into a power statement. You add a feeling behind it, and then you add something that is true to you. Like you have the tools. You are the shit. Like, you know that, right? You are the shit. So, second power statement is I am capable of doing hard things like creating a product in 2020, right? So that complete this smaller affirmation is I'm capable of doing hard things, which is just as easy as saying I'm capable of doing hard things like there's that and, right? It's not a I'm capable of doing hard things like creating a product in 2020. So I put power behind that statement. I put some action, some intention behind that power statement. That's what it's all about, intention. And the last one is anything is possible, such as learning a second language in 2020. How many polyglots are out here, right? How many people are using Duolingo to learn Spanish, Korean, French? I see all of you right now. Anything is possible. That's the affirmation. What makes this affirmation powerful is what follows behind it. Anything is possible, such as learning a second language in 2020. I put intention behind that affirmation by using one of my goals. Anything is possible, such as learning a second language in 2020, because I do want to learn a second language in 2020. I'm just flipping between a whole bunch of them right now. So you get what I'm saying? Just start, right? And lastly, just start. Reuse, recycle, repeat. Everything that you write, if you don't go back to read it, it ain't worth nothing, right? Because it is just ink on trees that sit, aimlessly on a desk and get nowhere. So, repetition is important, right? You want to see your goals, you want to feel your goals, and you want to experience your goals. That's what takes you from just writing down, I want to make $5,000 a month, to I have all of the tools to make $5,000 a month. And then you follow that up with intention. Here's how. I want to sell a product in 2020, right? So all of those, just keep them in front of you. That's the only way that you're going to be able to accomplish your goals. Because I can't tell you how many times I've taken to sit back and say, well, so-and-so is doing this, and why am I not where X is? And it's like, have you looked at your goals? Do you even want to be where that person is? Probably not. So look at the goals that you set. Feel the goals that you set. And take the time to experience the goals that you set. And consistency is important. That was for me. That wasn't even for y'all. Consistency is it's important. So wrapping up these prompts, if you're looking for ways to kind of just get started journaling for success, you want to write about being grateful. What are you grateful for? Right? Was it that sandwich you had? Is it your partner? Is it the fact that you woke up this morning? Is it the fact that you're teleworking from home? Well, I mean, what are you grateful for? And how does that align with your goals? Expand your affirmations. Affirmations are cute, y'all. I'm in a loving, happy relationship. I'm in a loving, happy relationship, and I can't wait for my partner and I to buy a house in 2020. Put some intention behind those affirmations. Get free, right? I could have said get freaky, but that didn't make any sense. So get free, Write about your big goals, your wildest dreams, the things that scare you, your big, hairy ass goals. Write those out, right? And then go back and look at them. Reuse, recycle, repeat. Because if you don't look at your goals, if you don't look at your power statements, if you aren't there to reflect about what's happening, it's just ink on the paper. And that ain't worth nothing. You didn't spend your money on it already. Go home and look at your goals. So it ain't easy. We people, we got stuff that we want to do. So let's talk about how easy or some tips to do it with ease. My first, and this slide is everywhere, but let's start from here to here, right? So tips with ease, you start before you touch your phone. How often do you do this? And you're going right to Instagram, or you're going right to your email, or you're looking at your text messages. And you know nothing there is going to make you feel good about the day because you already knew about something that you saw the night before, right? Start with a clear mind. Those downloads that come from the universe, whomever you may call them, him, her, they ready for you. They want your undivided attention. So start journaling before you touch your phone. You don't need none of that energy rubbing off into what you're about to visualize and manifest, right? You want to get grounded. You want to take a walk, breathe in your surroundings, and really take in your surroundings. How often do you walk like this? Right? If you gotta take a walk, say you woke up this morning, you didn't read your Instagram, somebody pissed you off, take a walk, get grounded, breathe, stretch, figure out exactly that, I like to call them the wigglies in the morning, and get that out. Because if you can't write it out, if you can't even think about what it is or identify what it is, you can't write about it. And if you can't write about it, it's going to continually block you from your success. So if you didn't touch the phone, if you failed the first part, touch the phone before you start journaling. Go on and take a walk outside and get grounded. Breathe in, take in your surroundings, and then make it a part of your routine, right? So don't just let the walk be what it is, right? Use it to pull all that stuff up that you don't want to deal with, and then go home and write about it, or go to the car and write about it, or use your phone and voice note it to yourself while you're walking. Very often I do that, and I come back and transfer it into my journal. So it is big for dealing with success. So you're talking about that cycle, that flow? Absolutely. This allows you to get that reflection, right? Digging up those wigglies is only good for you for the long haul. So here's some tools. I've kind of mentioned them in passing while we've been talking. So here's some tools and resources to use while you're journaling. The Notes app on your phone. Use your voice to text. Often, back in my blogging days, I used to get the best ideas driving to work. I had about an hour commute. So I'd drive to work and I'd literally go, Black girl in tech events in Baltimore. how to get a tech-friendly apartment. So all of those downloads that were suddenly expressed because I was driving and releasing all of that before I went into work, I didn't even know it. I was, journaling for success, getting a lot of that energy out. Then was the easiest part about using the voice to text is then you can transcribe it, right? It's already in text. You can email that text message to you. That text message can then go into a document. So if you're doing any prep or planning for blogging, there's a tip: use your voice to text. Um, and then Google Docs is free, right? And Google Docs, actually, if you use the app on your phone, the voice recognition software is A1. It is awesome. So Notepad at the end of the day, if you want to go analog girl in the digital world, get you a traditional journal. I actually just bought this one the other day. This one's more of my tasking planning. It's a really good layout. It's got undated, but I'm able to identify the dates. It's got some sections here. I love a good grid. And of course, blank creative space. And they even had important dates in the back. So for people like me who have 3 different planners, Google calendars, and need to get your personal dates here. I'm using this one intently for business. It's called my important business dates here. So it's all right to go analog. It's all right to stay digital. Here's our plan here, right? So the conversation just doesn't end here. We do this once a quarter, but I'm super excited to bring to you the Secret Sauce series 2.0. And the theme this year is all about growing yourself. So last year was our introduction to talking a little bit about mindset mastery. Let me give you that full graphic here. Last year, like I said, was the first time we did the Secret Sauce series, and we did it online. But this year, I am so happy to bring this back into its 2.0 version. The theme is grow yourself. The theme for June is all about growth, right? We have our indoor cultivation series that we do on Mondays. We've got our Secret Sauce series coming up at the end of the month, and all of our other content that's there to kind of help you grow yourself, mind, body, and spirit. So if you like this content, be sure to join us June 20th through the 27th, 2020, as we talk about some of the best ways to grow yourself in 2020. Because it's been a year, but we want to make sure that we empower and inspire our community. And that's it. I want to say thank you so much for joining us. We love doing these plan with me's. This one's a little bit different, where you're not getting the actual, I guess, plan with me, but more so a workshop around why journaling is important for success. So if you would like a copy of this presentation, join our newsletter. I'll be sending this out to the group. And yeah, thanks so much. I'm going to hop back on as I bid you all do. It was a great one. I know that we started a little bit later than normal, but we're actually ending right on time. All right. You all have a great afternoon, evening, morning. Be safe out there. Happy Pride for those who celebrate. And we will see you on the internet somewhere. Peace.